you're thinking about moving to Las Vegas, I want to show you exactly how retirees spend their days here. We're going to explore why Las Vegas offers a lot more than just the Strip for an exciting retirement lifestyle. And we're going to explore some hidden gems that locals love that might surprise you. Now, let's be clear, when I refer to retirees, I'm referring to people of retirement age, not necessarily someone who has stopped working all the way. Good morning, my name is Micah Bleecher, and I've lived in Las Vegas for more than 20 years, helping people get the most out of their retirement in this amazing city. So whether you're looking for an active lifestyle, great dining, or quiet escapes, Las Vegas has it all.
Well, it's a great start to the day. I love getting up and working out, having a cup of coffee, getting Pilates in, getting some meditation in. Now I'm out here at this really cool coffee shop. I got to meet a friend out here, and we're going to have a meeting today. But I just love this place. This is one of my favorite little coffee shops. It's in Chinatown, so we're not in Summerlin, we're not on the Strip. This is kind of an out-of-the-way place that not a lot of people know about. We're on Spring Mountain near Jones in Chinatown, and honestly, you can't even see the place from the outside. It's just a big wooden door, and it's just super cool in here. They've got this greenhouse in the middle of this. It looks like a warehouse, actually, that's unfinished, and then they've got a greenhouse in the middle, and that's their bakery. They've got a full bakery in there. They bake, they have lunches. We're having an espresso this morning, and it's just a really cool place. It's a Korean cafe. The whole place is decorated based on a Korean film that's famous in Korea. I'm not familiar with that film, but this whole coffee shop has that theme. And so the walls are bare concrete, the ceilings are open and industrial. All the lights and the furniture are mismatched on purpose, but it's kind of cool and cozy. You know, I like to get my 10,000 steps in. I think that's important to stay active, and it's super easy if I'm just doing a dedicated walk for 45 minutes. You know, there's 1,000 miles of trails all around Las Vegas, and they're not hard to find, so I jump out and get my extra steps in when I can. It's really easy to get around town when I'm running errands. You can get to most destinations using the surface streets, and our city is fairly new. The streets are wide, and the surface streets go at 45 miles an hour, so they're fast, and that's convenient, although we pay for that with longer traffic lights. Probably a few more traffic accidents, unfortunately, but it's still nice to be able to get around town as easy as we can here. Now, Las Vegas is compact, not like Los Angeles or Chicago or Houston or Dallas that seems to go on forever and ever. We're 26 by 28 miles surrounded by mountains. I love it when people reach out to me from YouTube. I've got people coming in from Arizona tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to it. Sometimes we're in the buying process. I run out and do video tours for people who are not in town, and so that's sometimes a part of my day. Anyway, this is just the morning, and as the day moves on, there's always excitement with plenty of activities to make, you know, retirement in Las Vegas so special. Well, I'm actually heading into a business networking meeting this morning. I go to a couple of those once a month, and I end up meeting a lot of people that I end up using as resources for my clients. So I go to these to oftentimes get referrals and so forth for my own business, but ultimately, you know, I'm meeting with people who are estate planning attorneys, lenders, CPAs, other types of business people, helpers. People come to these business networking meetings, and they end up being resources for my clients. And so, yeah, people call me, past clients, people that know me. Micah, do you got a guy? You got a gal? Yeah, I have just literally somebody for everybody. And I meet a lot of people in these business networking groups that I end up having, you know, good relationship with, business relationship. Sometimes, of course, I get referrals for my business, so that's nice too. Anyway, I'm off to my business networking meeting at the Acuity Financial Center on Charleston Avenue on the west side of town. So I always learn something from these meetings. Well, now that the morning's done, let's dive into the midday hours, perfect for a little bit of lunch and leisure. I'm gonna head over to my favorite French cafe, where I often meet my YouTube clients when they come into town. Just a convenient central location, but it's just an amazing place. And I'll tell you about it when we get inside, but they have the best crepes and French roast coffee that you've ever tasted, and their macaroons are to die for. I get those for clients as closing gifts, and they love them, and this is where I go a lot. So letting out one of my little secrets. Anyway, we're heading on into lunch. Well, that was a great morning. Now we're having a
lunch at one of my favorite little French cafes. It's called Cafe Brie. It's on the west side off of Fort Apache and Twain. And this is where I meet a lot of my YouTube buyers when they come in from out of town. We have to meet somewhere, and I generally meet at this little cafe. I buy them a cup of coffee. Sometimes we have a little sandwich like we're having today. I'm having a beautiful croissant sandwich, and they make the croissants here fresh, so it's incredible. It's a beautiful little French bakery and coffee and pastries, and they have lunch items, and it's just delightful. The thing I like about it especially, this is an example of some executive chefs, pastry chefs in this case, that work for the Wynn and the Encore and other famous places in New York. They decided to break out on their own. They got tired of corporate life and they broke out on their own. And instead of working on the Strip, they opened up a little place in a strip center. I mean, if you drive by, you wouldn't even know this place is here. Cafe Brie is led by a guy named Jerome Marchand and Chef Pierre Gattel. Like I said, they're seasoned pastry chefs from the Wynn and the Encore and some places in New York. And this cafe was named after the Brittany, a famous restaurant in France, and they offer sweet bread. In fact, I have to pick up a loaf of French bread on the way home from my wife. Whenever I come here, she always asks me to do that. So I have to remember, pick up a loaf of French bread on the way out. I think I'm going to pick up a container of macaroons too. They are incredibly colorful and delicious. They're probably the tastiest macaroons I've ever had. Now, this cafe is open all day. The only time they close is in the summer. Like, they're French, so they take a long European vacation, and that's, so I can't eat here for about a month in the summer. They take the whole month off. So that's just how Europeans do. Us Americans are the ones that just work. That's our culture. But these guys take a month off a year. We've got more interesting things to head out to do this afternoon. Usually I'm working on Saturdays, so I'm kind of feeling like it's Ferris Bueller's day off, just kind of doing all the fun things today. I do have to run over to a client's house later and meet her. She is over in the Regency neighborhood, 55 community that we've covered on video here. I've got to meet her a little bit later on. She's got some lemons on her lemon tree for us, so I'll talk about that a little bit later. But right now I'm going to enjoy this incredible croissant, and then we're going to get going and get finished with the rest of our fun day, our typical day in the life of a retiree. Well, midday in Las Vegas offers the perfect balance of relaxation and fun. But the best part is the evening has even more to offer. I'm standing out in front of my garden here, and my wife and I are gardeners. That's one of our hobbies. On my few days off, I come out here and putter around in the garden. She usually saves the holes for me to dig and the heavy stuff to lift, and she loves, planting all the smaller stuff and really giving the garden the TLC that it needs to make it look good most of the time. Now it's getting towards the end of November, almost Thanksgiving, so the garden's a little bit long in the tooth and it's starting to, show its wear and tear and getting ready to look kind of barren for winter. To me, it looks kind of like a mama kitty that's just kind of giving birth. It's happy, but looks a mess. And so that's kind of what my garden looks like right now. And we had a really good crop of peaches and plums and nectarines, figs on the other side of the house. And we've got a couple of citrus trees, lemon and lime, and those really didn't produce this year. They're young. We just put them in, so they're not really producing yet. We don't really grow a lot of vegetables, but we grow them in pots, peppers, tomatoes, lots of basil, lots of herbs. We grow lots of herbs for cooking. We have kind of a little herb meadow where we grow mints and sage and rosemary, thyme, those kinds of things. Curry plant, just a lot of things that we use in cooking. And it's just a fun hobby to hang out here and garden. And you can see that the leaves on the trees are starting to change colors. We're getting ready to lose them all. But we got some good jam this year. Anyway, this is my garden. It's a mess right now. In fact, I'm having the irrigation redone, and there's always work to do. Someday when we downsize, which probably won't be too far in the future, we're gonna probably still have a garden in a much smaller footprint around, patio in pots. We know how to irrigate things, so we'll still be growing and keeping our thumbs green. Anyway, it sure does give us a lot of pleasure out here to hang out in the yard. And we have a little strip view that looks amazing at night, and we just get so much joy hanging out here. And we've kind of made our own little resort here in our little half-acre backyard here in the greater Section 10 area, and we just love it. Now, after the afternoon rolls in, it's time to explore the local scene and enjoy a great meal. Friends, I'm over here at Chinatown Plaza. I've got to stop at the Ranch 99 store. My wife watches the Top Chef shows, and I need a special ingredient, some sort of fish sauce, a brand that they don't have at Whole Foods she wants for a dish. Anyway, I'm heading over to the Ranch 99 store, pick up some of that fish sauce, and then I'm going to be on my way. They've got supermarkets for practically every culture. I see Eastern European, Mexican, Western European, cultures from all over the place they've got supermarkets for. This is the Ranch 99. I've actually had buyers I've worked with that needed to be within walking distance of a Ranch 99. They like this grocery store so much, so it's pretty interesting. Fish sauce right here. I will see you at our next destination. This errand is done. Well, we're in Chinatown in Las Vegas. It's a unique cultural destination. Las Vegas Chinatown is affectionately known as Chinatown Vegas, and it spans over 3 miles on Spring Mountain Road from pretty much the Strip all the way to Jones Boulevard and even a little bit beyond. Now, this vibrant and growing area features over 20 shopping plazas. We're at the main Chinatown Plaza now, and it's packed with 150 restaurants offering diverse Asian cuisine. Honestly, there's multiple cultures down here in Chinatown. One of my favorite French restaurants, Partage, is just 1 block over. There are 6 Asian supermarkets. There are countless spas for foot and body massages. Of course, you've got Chinese and Asian churches, martial arts schools, a theater, and a variety of Asian experiences. Now, in addition to everything that I've just mentioned, you'll also find interesting modern attractions like marijuana dispensaries and shooting ranges, and that makes our Chinatown probably one of the most unique Chinatowns in the country. It's also known as a top foodie destination. We have people from the Top Chef show have businesses here, and some locals say that Chinatown in Las Vegas offers some of the best Asian cuisine in North America, even rivaling Vancouver, Canada, and that is pretty special. Well, I'm standing out here on the lawn behind the clubhouse at Del Webb at Lake Las Vegas, and I'm chatting with my friend Leslie. Now, Leslie's speaking with us today as a retiree, not as an employee of Del Webb. And she's really a really nice person. I brought her some jam that my wife canned, and we grew the plums in our backyard on one of our trees. Now, we were chatting when I had some clients in here the other day who are new residents here. We just bought a home, and Leslie was telling us her story a little bit. And she said she has a place on the West Coast. That's where she grew up and worked and so forth. And her husband's a firefighter, retired, also on the West Coast. Leslie's a retired nurse or angel. Those things are pretty much interchangeable. And they have a place on the East Coast. And she says she goes out there to make jam. And so I said, well, we make jam right here. And so I was going to bring her a jar of jam, and that's what I did today. And she has some really interesting insight on retirement. And since we're talking about the typical day and the life of a retiree, I just kind of want to chat with Leslie about that. And what did you have to say about that?
Well, yeah, thank you, Mike. It was so wonderful of him to bring his jam for me. That was so sweet. So yeah, being a retiree, you know, I think a lot of people when they retire, they think about an end to things. That's the goal. The goal is to retire. But you realize it's kind of a renaissance period in your life. When you retire, it's a whole nother chapter of your life. You have to stay moving like a river. You can't stay stagnant like a pond. You have to find things to keep you busy and active. This is a time in your life where you can choose new things to do, new hobbies, new friends, be creative, you know. It doesn't have to be expensive. There's a lot of hobbies out there that you can find that aren't expensive, but it keeps your mind going. And I know as a nurse, if you don't keep the mind active, it atrophies. Yeah. You know, use it or lose it. Right. It's such an old saying, but it's really true. It's very true. You use it or lose it. So, you know, I found things to keep me active. My husband has picked up some hobbies. I like working part-time because it gives me a chance to interact with new people all the time that I normally wouldn't get to. And being in a community like this really gives you a chance to interact as much or as little as you want, but it's really important to have that social contact. I think with a lot of older people, and I did work in geriatrics, a lot of older people, when they get lonely, yeah, they don't have that contact, it shuts you down. So you've got to keep your mind, soul, and body moving.
Got to keep moving. And
moving.
You know, that's the one thing that I've noticed when I've been asking my friends who are of retirement age, whether they're retired or not, is active. And, you know, that's what they build into these clubhouses here, at not only at Del Webb, but really every, you know, over 55 community.
Absolutely.
They call them active adult communities, and I've always felt that was a little
cliche, but honestly, the people that get old are the ones who are the most active and keep
For
going.
sure.
And so these communities really seem to support that. And you just are like a shining example of
Thank you.
a happy retiree. Got a lot of things going on, and you're always smiling when I come in here. And so I really appreciate the moment you took a chat. And
That.
typical in the life of a retiree. I mean, it doesn't get more typical than that. Well, I've got to run over to Regency at Summerlin, that over 55 community that you've probably seen some of my videos, and I've got a few videos on Regency. I've got to head over there. One of my clients that bought a house from me just texted me, and she's had an explosion. So I've got to run over there. One of my past clients, an explosion of lemons. Well, apparently her lemon tree has exploded this year, and she called us over to get a bag of lemons, and we brought her over some plum jam and some lemon marmalade we had from last year, and she gave us some jam made out of pyracantha. I didn't even know those little red berries were edible. We thought they might be toxic, but apparently they're not. You can make jam out of them. So she made us a jar, and so we have a bag of lemons from an exploded lemon tree and some jelly that she made from pyracantha. The sun's setting down here now, and I'm surely glad that it's nothing serious. I really love it when my clients are happy with what they purchased and happy with their house. So I was very concerned there might have been a problem. However, everything is good. We love lemon explosions, that's for sure. When I was chatting with my client here at Regency, and I'm in the clubhouse here, and you can see how beautiful it is behind me. This is such a great neighborhood, and I asked her, "Are you happy here?" And she said yes, and loves it here, and loves her neighbors, loves the area. It's so beautiful, loves her house. These Toll Brother homes here at Regency are really nice. They've done a really good job. And I asked her, "Are you using the clubhouse much in the facilities here?" She said she's using it a little bit, but she's on the young side of retirement age, and so she wants to do as much as possible out in Las Vegas, getting the entertainment scene of Las Vegas and doing things where she can. And as she gets older and her life starts shrinking a little bit, then she plans on using the facilities here at the clubhouse and the social activities more so. She does a little bit now, and so I thought that was interesting. And so there's not a one-size-fits-all to a typical day of a retiree here in Las Vegas, and so I found that interesting. Anyway, I love this little Regency area. The bocce ball court here. I've got pickleball here onto my right. Lux barbecue area with the outdoor television on my left here. It's just really nice. Everyone here is so nice when I come and work. The guard at the gate is nice. I just love coming here. I love this little neighborhood, and it's a little bit on the pricey side for some retirees, but for some it's just right in the perfect range. And the homes in here run from about in the 700s to 1.5 million, and it's a little pricey for some retirees for sure, but some people can swing it, and if you can, this is just a really nice little neighborhood that I think you're gonna love. Friends, I'm at the Ventnor's Grill on Charleston. I call this a hidden gem, and it is, but it really is hidden. It's in an office building, and when you're driving on Charleston, it just looks like an office building. It's on the back side of an office building, and so it actually is hidden. So the offices behind me are part of this office complex, and Ventnor's Grill is an amazing restaurant. Now, Ventnor's Grill has been open since 2006. Now, this restaurant is located on the first floor of the Howard Hughes Plaza Business Park. Michael Corrigan, a longtime Summerlin resident, is the owner of Ventnor's Grill. Now, they call it a new American menu, but it's a Mediterranean flair served kind of in a white booth dining room with outdoor cabanas. In my opinion, one of the nicest off-strip restaurants in town. Now, Ventnor's Grill offers casual elegance with stunning decor across a dining room, a bar, and a lounge, a spacious patio. As I said, the outdoor cabanas that you can sit in when the weather is nice. I think their dishes kind of have a French, Spanish, Italian kind of flair, so it's kind of Mediterranean style that way. We love coming here. Been coming here for many years. It's one of my favorites, and it's suitable for everyday meals or fine dining and special occasions. It's that nice. It's very old school. The waiters wear ties. It's got that old Vegas feeling, and they even have old-time movies playing on screens in the evening. It's a fun place to go, and the food is just delicious. They have 400 wines. The people at Ventnor's Grill are committed to providing an exceptional dining atmosphere. This is going to be really fun. We're having dinner tonight here, and this is going to be great. Now, whether you're craving food or vibrant energy, the afternoon is all about enjoying the local lifestyle. But there's still more to see as we wrap up the day. Finally, let's wind down with a relaxing and enjoyable evening Las Vegas style. Believe it or not, there are days in Las Vegas where the biggest problem is deciding what to do for an evening of entertainment. The options here are nearly unlimited. However, as I get older, the only thing that really limits my entertainment options is my early bedtime. Now, living in Las Vegas for more than 20 years, you can say you've seen just about every kind of entertainment that there is. Furthermore, there are so many off-strip options for entertainment, from local pubs and restaurants to neighborhood casinos and lounges. I'm standing here at Red Rock Casino now. They always have incredible entertainment going on here, and it always seems like there's a show going on everywhere, not just on the Strip. Las Vegas is amazing for that. Now, recently we saw an Eagles concert at the Sphere, and wow, it was a jaw-dropping experience. The music was fantastic. These guys can still sing harmonies, and in the setting of the Sphere, it was like being inside of an animated music video where the musicians were live. It was incredible. That was one definitely worth staying up late for, I can tell you that. But at my age, you know, we don't hit the Strip too often anymore. We don't go out to late shows too often. Once in a while we do, but not too often. One option is over at the Starbright Theater at Sun City Summerlin. They've got great shows that start at 7 p.m. It makes an awesome date night during the week, and we can make it to bed on time. But if you are looking for some extra early fun on the Strip, there are some afternoon shows that you need to be aware of. Here are 9 of my favorite afternoon shows on the Las Vegas Strip. The Blue Man Group. I love those guys. One of my buddies is in the Blue Man Group, and I play music with him sometimes. Another show is David Copperfield. Another show, The Paranormal Mind Reading Magic. Another afternoon show going on right now is the Australian Bee Gees. Another great cover band. And then The Potted Potter. What the heck is that? The Potted Potter. That's all 7 Harry Potter books reenacted in 70 minutes. Afternoon show on the Strip. You can believe that. Mac King Comedy Magic Show. Magic and comedy, maybe that's how to do it, but Harry Potter has magic. I don't know how that works. Nathan Burton Comedy Magic Show. Laughternoon, starring Adam London. Popovich Comedy Pet Theater. Adorable pets galore. They take center stage. And, you know, the whole production is by a comedian and animal trainer, Gregory Popovich. Anyway, afternoon shows galore. Have dinner later. Go to bed early. Get some of these wrinkles off of my face. That sounds like a relaxing evening Las Vegas style for a guy in his mid-60s. I've seen all these shows a number of times, and it's fun to see them again, but I work hard. I need my beauty sleep.
Moving to a new area to retire can feel a little overwhelming and even a little scary. It's a big change, and having someone truly understand what you're going through makes all the difference. With over 20 years living in Las Vegas, helping retirees find the perfect fit for their lifestyle, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. If you're ready to start your retirement journey in Las Vegas, feel free to reach out. I'd love to help you make this transition as smooth and as exciting as it should be. My name's Micah Bleecher, and I'm always here to help you find the perfect place to call home. Give me a call. Love you. Peace out.